Every morning I get up and I'm surrounded by love. Who wouldn't want to live this lifestyle? Surrounded by the animals that you love the most, just snuggling you. And yeah, I might have to force snuggles from Charlie, but that's okay. It's not lost on me how fortunate I am to have this precious time every morning with the two critters that I just love the most. Look at her. And the cat. Who has a cat like that? Their level of excitement in the mornings gets me going and gets me so excited too. Charlie usually sneaks in a kiss or two and then buries her head into me every morning. And I've trained her to do that because I love her snuggles so much. And Rupert gets jealous. I hop out of bed and I take Charlie for her morning walk. She loves her walks in the morning. I hook her up outside of the camper where she hangs out for most of the morning as she anxiously awaits her breakfast. Then it's Rupert's turn. He likes to go hang out with Charlie outside. And he's such a good boy. He lets me put his lead on without any trouble. In fact, he's sitting here purring in my lap right now as I'm trying to record this. He's a silly goose. I love that cat. I clip his lead to the outside of the camper where he spends most of his mornings. Then it's time for coffee. I wipe everything down after Rupert has playfully run back and forth on it all night long. There are challenges to living in this small space with two animals, but we all make it work. It's so worth it to me. It's so nice to have a functional kitchen in such a small space too. I use it every day. I use an AeroPress to make my coffee. It's the simplest thing that I could find for while I'm on the road. It's less mess and it's kind of like a pour over in a different way. My brother's girlfriend recommended it a few years ago and it's been life-changing. I even use it at home. I really enjoy this coffee. It's full flavored and it tastes like it just came out of, actually better than it does when you make it in a coffee pot. This is my magic potion in the morning. I use turmeric, cinnamon, some organic honey, and some whole milk. And then I also put some Vitals collagen protein in there. It just gets me going in the morning. And that's the way I love my coffee. That is a thing of beauty right there. It's a masterpiece. It's taken me forever to figure out how I love my coffee, and this is it. Sometimes the AeroPress pours over just a little bit, so we clean up the mess. Charlie's still so patiently waiting for her breakfast, and Rupert found his post to sit on for the morning. Charlie, are you excited? Yes, do you want your breakfast? Do you want it? I know it doesn't look like much, but she gets fed twice a day. It's a big bowl. Can you tell me? Some mornings she's super sassy, and then sometimes she acts bashful about her food. Clearly, this is a bashful morning. I love this dog. How did I get so lucky to have her? Get your breakfast. Get your breakfast, Miss Charlie. Okay. Recently, I've tried to make it a point to journal every morning. I was really bad about doing it my first 2 trips around the country, and this time is going to be different. It's been so incredible. It's been the great escape. And my sweet girl, always asking for some lovings in the morning. We have our morning routines. She usually gets a lot of snuggles early in the morning, and then we do walks in the afternoon. And Rupert just cuddles throughout the day whenever he can get them. She comes back for more snuggles. She demands more, so I have to quit journaling and give her my undivided attention. She loves her back rubs and her ear rubs, and she really enjoys anywhere to be pet. She is a loving dog. Rupert enjoys stalking his prey in the mornings. I've taken that mass murderer off the streets, so he is currently incarcerated. Then I make my bed. I gotta keep it tidy in this small space. It gets out of control really quickly otherwise. Then I clean up from my morning coffee, and as you can see, it is super easy with this AeroPress. You just knock it out. And it has a little filter on top. It comes out like a hockey puck. Rupert finds some more prey to stalk. A beautiful bird. You don't see those in Tennessee. It's definitely breakfast time. I like a healthy serving of butter. I know. Trust me, I know. It's so good, though. I use Kodiak and Mott's organic applesauce to make my pancakes. Make these a little bit different, but I use the Kodiak. It's been a really easy thing to use while I'm on the road. So I usually just dump a decent amount in there. I don't measure. I don't know what I eat in the mornings. I just make stuff and see what happens. But I found if you use applesauce, it usually gives it just a little bit more of a sweetness, and it's, I don't know, I like it. Cinnamon. Always good for you. Have some fresh strawberries left that I got at the market yesterday. The fruit here is ridiculous. I'm never leaving. A little turmeric, why not? Doesn't really change the flavor that much. And it's good for you. Just gonna douse it in honey anyway. The only bad thing I'm putting in here really is butter. It gives it a little saltiness, so I get the salty sweet. Not bad. It's like an apple cinnamon flapjack. So now that this is warm, oh yeah. Just gonna get as much of this stuff out as possible. And flatten it out. I don't know if this is right, y'all. This is how I do it. You adapt. You find things that work for you. Let's make you a heart this morning. It won't stay looking like a heart. Oh. Cute. Okay. I paid $6,000 for this camper back in 2019. We put about $1,000 worth of solar into it. And to be honest with you, it is small. You know, I look at some of those van builds and they're amazing, but where there's a will, there's a way. And getting on the road for $7,000 versus a beautiful $100,000 van build was the only option that I really had to live this life. And now we wait. Make sure the butter is even because I'm not even on. That is a huge benefit to this camper. You don't have to be level to get your appliances to work properly. Smell it. It smells delicious. Do my happy breakfast dance in the morning. All right. Let's see how this is. Yep. Since it's on high, it's almost about to burn. Told you it wants to stay looking like a heart. Ooh, which way? Ah, come on. My pancake flipping skills could definitely use some work. Get in there. Oh well, we almost got it. And then we just, the other side. You know that first pancake. Never turns out right. But since I'm only making one, I only got one shot. I have an ongoing joke with my big brother that he's the first pancake. It would be wrong of me not to mention it here. I get excited about these pancakes. I don't do this every morning. Just on special mornings. Sometimes I forego breakfast. Like I just get going with my day and then it's lunchtime by the time I'm hungry. You can never have too much butter, so we're gonna put 2 nice little slabs on. Okay, pretty sure these are done. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. And strawberries on there. I like to sit in my beach chair and enjoy my breakfast or my dinner. And usually we're only in the camper for bad weather or to cook or to sleep. So we spend the majority of our day outside. Man, these strawberries. So good. California's fruit has been incredible. I am ruined as a result. I've made it a point to wear pajamas while I'm on the road this year. I used to just wear my clothes to bed, but I usually wear stretchy, comfy clothes anyway, so it's not a huge deal or a huge difference. It just makes it feel more like home when I'm on the road. I always brush my hair outside. It just seems to make more sense when you're competing with a husky and a cat inside that little camper. I take care of my other hygiene needs as we prepare to go for Charlie's big walk this afternoon. Charlie recognizes the signs when we're about to get ready to go, and she gets very excited. Okay, let's check on Roops. Bye, Poops. You hold down the fort, okay? I call Rupert Poops. It's endearing. He's a little turd. I make sure to stock up with plenty of water before our walk. We never know what kind of sources we're going to run into or how long we're going to be out, so we're always prepared. We scour the park looking for the dog-friendly trails, but we're having some trouble this morning. Can't go. Don't worry, Charlie. We'll find one. See, I told you. Come on. Come on, let's go. Charlie. I think Charlie just enjoys reading her emails more than she does going on the walk. We're currently in the redwood forest, and I wanted to take full advantage of this opportunity. Y'all, I can't tell you, it is not lost on me how incredibly privileged I feel to be here. What are you doing? Sometimes Charlie gets the morning zoomies and we have to work them out real quick while we're in the middle of a walk. I've got our zoomies temporarily under control. This is like going to the Grand Canyon. These trees are huge, but it's so hard to show you on film. I've never seen trees like this. It's a big ass tree. There's only really one trail that we can hike here, but it actually turned out to be quite nice. so we're lucky to have found it. Charlie. Nope. Charlie wants to go on the real trails, but we follow the rules. She's done this weird thing. We play our own little game. She enjoys just running after me and chasing me and jumping on me, and I let her because she's so happy when she does it. It brings so much joy. I can't tell you how small this place makes me feel in this great big world that we live in. It's incredible. We continue to stick to the dog-friendly trails. We're probably about 3 miles in at this point. We find a little watering hole from a natural source. It's straight from the source, so I feel comfortable letting Charlie drink from there. Charlie, come here. Can you sit so we can get a good picture? Can you sit? Sit. Can you stay? Can you stay? Charlie's 55 pounds, and I wanted to give everybody an idea of how incredibly, insanely large these trees are. And we're not even by the big, big trees. These are the medium-sized redwoods.
Charlie, this is huge. Okay.
Come on, this way. Oh, there come some bikers. Come on. I usually go without a plan. I have all my supplies, and I stopped one last time to let Charlie drink from her watering hole as we returned. We go hike as long as I feel like hiking, and then we turn around. I never push Charlie past her limits. I always watch her very carefully.
Mush.
I try to get some help going up the hill from Charlie, but she's not much of a husky.
Oh, there we go. Mama needs help.
The scenery here is just to die for. All the beautiful flowers, the beautiful fruit. God, California, you suck. I want you on the East Coast too. We get back from our walk and you can see the morning dew has wreaked havoc as far as bringing dirt in and around the camper. So I'm going to take full advantage this afternoon and get it cleaned up. But first, I'm going to take some time for me and read after I get Rupert untangled from his lead.
Don't you? There you go, Prince.
I've been reading The Body Keeps the Score for 3 years now. Sadly, I'm only on page 47. I read it slow. It takes me a while to digest everything that I've read. Sometimes you relive your trauma. It makes it tough. My brother's girlfriend bought me this book, and I'm grateful. It's been extremely helpful.
Can I just know this?
I detox again by forcing snuggles from my cat. He acts like he doesn't like it, but he actually loves it. Look at him. He's so happy.
Sweet boy.
I had a cat 3 years prior to Rupert, and I decided I was done with cats. And this little turd chased me down in 2020 and made me his. I'm not unhappy about it. He is literally the coolest cat. I got so lucky with him. I know people think that I'm crazy for traveling the way I do, but to me, all of these precious moments, they just add up and add so much value to life. He hates it so much, he asks for more. with his loving looks.
Yeah, my buddy. Good boy, buds. All that cat hair, yes.
I try to do the majority of their petting and grooming outside because it's really difficult inside the camper. I go sit on my daybed for a quick second to try and figure out what I need from the grocery store before I go because I'm planning out dinner. I leave Rupert's lead long enough to where he has access to the entire camper in case he needs to use his litter. He never uses it outside. And sometimes he gets tangled on things, but it's usually not that severe or that bad. The birds seem to taunt him. He loves it. Or he doesn't love it. He wants to eat all of them. But Mommy won't let him. This bird is gorgeous. I don't know what kind of bird it is. It looks like a blue jay, but we don't have blue jays that look like that on the East Coast. What are you doing? I usually bring Charlie with me, but I decided to leave her here when I ran to the store this time. All right, Roop. You want something too, don't you? You're a turd. I usually keep about 3 or 4 days worth of food on hand when I'm traveling, but I'm at a local campground, so it's been different. I only get enough for what I need. And I happened to stumble across this adorable little farmer's market instead of making it to the grocery store. Then I had some fish and chips. It was amazing. Probably the best fish and chips I've ever had. I still went to the grocery store because I wanted lion's mane for dinner. And after fish and chips, I needed something really light. This little market was just so cute. I loved it. 10 out of 10. Charlie's just always so happy to see me, and I'm just as equally happy to see her. I let her out immediately when I get home from the store, and then I check on Rupert, and he is already passed out. He does not want anything to do with this world right now. Rupert, you still catnapping? You still catnapping? Not even paying me any attention, huh? Don't even care I'm home. Whatevs. I disturb his cat nap to wake him up real quick so I can clip his lead in place so I don't lose this sweet boy. My good boy. I just want to make sure I always have a Rupert. Get a husky, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Yeah, in this tiny little camper. Oh, man. God, I call those fibers of love. That's such a good dog. I'm so lucky to have her. She was my foster fail. I didn't want her at first, but something in me just said, take her and foster her. And lo and behold, here we are. We fell madly in love, and she has been the best dog. I don't know how somebody else didn't want her. I take advantage of this downtime to get this mat cleaned up from the morning dew, everything that it's tracked in, and pay attention to what's going on in the background. It's quite hilarious. My two are seriously the best of friends. Charlie, got him. I have to keep an eye on them with the leads. Sometimes they get tangled wanting to play. And obviously, with Charlie's size, I have to be careful. When I stay at a state park or any type of established camping, I try to take full advantage of having all the resources. It also makes me appreciate everything that I have at home so much more when I get done traveling for my anywhere from 4 to 8 months, depending on how long I can go until I run out of money. I think that fish and chips made me a little lethargic, so I just needed to take a quick break. I'm not used to fried food. Dinner time, so I'm going to wash this little guy up so we can get him all cooked. So this is dinner tonight. I'm going to get it sliced up real quick, and in the pan we've got some lion's mane and some zucchini. I needed something much lighter after that fish and chips, and honestly after this dinner I felt so much better. I'm going to season it with a little bit of the roasted garlic. Nobody's going to be around me today. There we go. And just let it simmer for a while. It's a modest dinner tonight, but that's okay. So sometimes I just eat dinner sitting here. Charlie's next to me, obviously. It's cold outside, and for some reason I'm just feeling a little bit weathered today, so I'm like just wanting to eat this and go to bed. Like I'm not feeling it. I don't know what caused it. I think it might have been the fish and chips, because I don't usually eat fried food. So, but I'm just gonna enjoy this lion's mane that I just cooked with some butter and garlic, and walk the cat and the dog and call it a night. So good. Also, with it being such a gloomy day, I haven't been able to run much of my solar. So I was going to turn on the lights in here, but we're down to like 12.3, and I don't like to get it below like 11.8. So I don't have much power left for the evening. So we're just going to use it to charge my cell phone tonight, and that's about it. It's been cloudy all day. I was just waiting for it to warm up so that I could get all this cleaned up for tomorrow, so it makes it easier to move. Rupert's a funny cat. He demands walks every night. If I don't give him a good enough walk, he keeps me up all night. I remember making fun of my neighbor in Knoxville for walking his cat back in 2009. Man, karma will get you guys. It'll get you. And it'll get you a cat with a very vulgar spot on his back too. Rupert was a stray that chased me down in my neighborhood in 2020, so he is definitely the embodiment of a 2020 cat. I take Charlie on her final nightly walk. Do you want your dinner? I almost forgot to feed you. Do you want your dinner? You want to talk shit? Good job. Can you talk some more? Can you tell me more? Charlie. Tell me. Tell me so sweetly. What? Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Well, tell me. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend with us. It's late, and we've wrapped up dinner, cleaned up my little kitchen area, and it's time to go to bed. I am exhausted. I don't feel good. I don't know exactly what's going on with my stomach, so we're going to hope for a better day tomorrow. But thanks for spending the day with us, and if you liked what you saw, please feel free to like and subscribe below, and I hope to see y'all down the road. Good night, guys. These moments right here, just a little bonus material. This is what I live for. I mean, how cute. I can't get over these two. And I just wanted to share those precious moments with you. What are y'all doing? Thank y'all again for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic, fantastic night.